Good afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing today? I had to refresh my stream page. It was giving me some bitrate errors. I think we are up and running. Let me load everything in and we'll go ahead and get started. I see Wazzy in the chat. What's up, Wazzy? I want a report on the art fight. I want to know how you and Pink are doing. Okay, let me load up. Guess gaming stream audio. Hey, Iconic's here. What's up, Iconic? Welcome to the stream. Alright. Wonder if my sound is gonna be okay.
A special quest has been added.
Nope.
Come again.
So there's a problem with Sunbreak that seems to be kind of inconsistent with the sound. The reason why I can't hear the voices is because the game gets confused when playing through a speaker system. So give me 1 second. I'm going to plug my headphones into my audio device. Then I can actually hear what the characters are saying. 1 sec here. Let me change. The sound shouldn't change anything for you folks watching the stream. But let me change my device. Alright.
There's a special quest for you. I hope we can talk
Yep,
again
now I
soon.
can hear the voices of the characters. Waldy says, my goal is to beat Pink's lifetime points in my first year. Well, I'm sure Pink is going to be thrilled. You guys should put some sort of prize on the line as motivation for your challenge. That way you have a real fight on your hands. After you explained it to me, I think the whole concept of that art fight thing is neat. I just suck at getting things completed quickly, so I would absolutely get murdered in a challenge like that. Okay, so what are we doing? It has been a little bit since we played on stream, and I have been making some progress in Master Rank. So let me explain what I'm using, what we're going to be looking at for today. We spent some time on the last Rise stream helping out Red Dragon and doing stuff in the lower ranks. What I want to do is continue to push through Master Rank here and experiment with some other types of weapons and builds that you folks probably haven't seen as much on stream. Hey, Med's here. What's up, Med? Thanks for the hydrate reminder. It is warm today. Oh, drink some more water. So as you folks know, for the majority of my time in Sunbreak, I've been playing with the gun lance and a bit with the light bow gun. And for a stretch of base Rise, I did play with duels a little, but I actually built a set for duels in the time since our last stream session. This outfit I'm wearing is the Astalos armor, and it's got kind of this dragonfly insect look. It's pretty cool. I think the waist piece is kind of weird. We got kind of like the bikini bottom with no front guards, which from a practical perspective seems kind of strange, but the coloring is really cool, and overall it's a neat looking armor set. And this armor set is geared very clearly towards rapid hitting weapons, which is why I have it equipped with duels. Wazzy asks, where's your sad horn? I have not built out a hunting horn set in Master Rank yet, but I will, because there's some really cool stuff that you can make. Maybe as we're playing through today and getting a feel for other weapons, we can farm parts for a horn set. That way I can put that together. When Pink eventually gets this, we need to be able to bring the dudes back. But let's look at skills on the Astalos armor. There's a lot. In Master Rank, the armor sets have a lot more skills and a lot more options to build. And so we're going to see a big variety in things we can equip on our armor set to sort of tailor towards however we're playing or what weapon we're using. So with everything I've got equipped, Astalos and its decorations I put in it has a thunder attack boost if I'm using a weapon with the thunder element. It has razor sharp level 3, which has a 50% chance to not reduce sharpness. Pretty useful for duels since they hit so much. Spare shots of gunner skill, not too relevant, but just comes baked in. Wazzy asks, is it pollen time? Yeah, my allergies are bugging me a bit today. If I have to sneeze, I will try and like speed hit my mute button so I don't sneeze directly in your ear. But I'm a little bit stuffy today, so if it sounds like I'm more more stuffy than usual, that's why. And my allergies are pretty up and down. Hopefully they're not bad when I'm out of town this week. I'll be making an announcement on Twitter when I put up the stream schedule for next week, but we're only going to have maybe 2 streams, maybe Monday, Tuesday of next week, because I'm going to be out of town from Thursday to the following Tuesday. I'm going to be in the land of sun and more sun. I'll be down the coast. But since I won't be streaming during that time, it'll be just kind of a break. And then next week we'll have a pretty normal stream schedule, I think. So I'll put that up on Twitter. Med says, my allergy is also going to kick in this week. Problem with my allergies is they kick in at different times, different years, and it's different stuff I'm allergic to. So I never know when my allergies are going to get annoying. Sometimes they're mild, sometimes they're really bad. It's kind of in the middle this year. Alright. But yeah, I'll try not to sniffle directly into your guys' ears. Alright, so we got spare shot, gunner skill, comes baked into the set. Power prolonger means if you have a weapon with the powered up mode, the powered up mode lasts longer, which is really important for duels. I will demonstrate that when we go into the training. I'll do kind of a breakdown of the duel since I did that for Gunlance. Hey, Red Dragon's here. What's up, Red Dragon? How you doing today? Med says, well, weather says it'll be over 26 degrees Celsius, so it will kick in. That's pretty warm, from what I understand. I have to do a rough approximation in freedom units, but that's pretty decently hot. Alright, what else we got? Stamina surge. Stamina recovery speed, up 40%. That's really important for duels as well, since we'll be dashing around a lot. Windproof is a utility skill I put in there. Wind pressure from things like wings or when targets take off in the air won't knock me over. That's pretty handy. Evade window. Iframes on dodges, up. Pretty good. Evade extender, evasion distance, also really good. Stun resistance, I can't be stunned, which is pretty good. If I get too many hits, I won't be in a incapacitated state. Speed sharpening, another utility skill. Instant sharpen with 1 cycle. Protective polish level 2, we'll get to chain crit in a sec. When sharpening, you have 60 seconds for it to not degrade your sharpness. Very handy. And then Stamina Thief is in there at 2 points, causes exhaust for exhaust weapons. Now, Chain Crit is a skill unique to Astalos as of right now. This skill was in previous games, but it's been reworked slightly for Sunbreak. And I didn't realize it, but they made this a lot more powerful for a skill. It used to be successive hits would do higher affinity. Now, when you hit a bunch of attacks in a row, if you look at the level 3, you get an attack +5, element +5, 5 successive hits causes an even bigger boost in those stats. Basically, this skill means if you have a rapid hitting weapon, the more hits you do, the more damage you do over time. And that's really useful for the dual blades, which are incredibly quick. And so with that, this set has potential for pretty high damage with the fast weapons. For something like a greatsword, you're going to get no benefit from chain crit. But for duels, and probably insect glaive and sword and shield, anything that's got really rapid chains of attacks, definitely good with chain crit. So I'm looking forward to testing that out. And the weapons I'm using, the Seregio Dual Blades, are currently the highest raw ones I've got. What I want to build for this armor set is an elemental type for every element, since dual blades capitalize on elemental damage, and elemental damage has been greatly boosted in Sunbreak, finally. It's actually viable for a damage type. It was pretty meh in base rise. So what we'll do is we'll go to Kimura, we'll go to the training area, and I will explain how duels work. This will be sort of like our semi-tutorial for people who might not have seen this weapon in Monster Hunter. I did play with it in base rise a bit, but I don't know if I ever did a complete breakdown. And even if I did, there's new skills in Sunbreak. So we're going to kind of take a look, and I will explain how this weapon works. So unlike the gun lance, dual blades are a very high speed, high mobility, low damage weapon. They're meant for rapid strikes and real quick movement around the target and laying on the damage in rapid succession as opposed to slower big hits. So you can see our ground speed is decent. When we walk around with the dual blades, we've got kind of a jog. Our roll, which is affected by evasion distance, gets us out of the way of most things. If we attack, and I'm using PS controls here, so we've got triangle attacks, we've got a bunch of swipes and slashes with the dual blades. A triple combo goes double slash return, and then circle slash. And the red things you see going off, that's my chain crit, I believe. And we can actually see the bonus. How long does it take to wear off? Okay, it goes away pretty quick. So let's see if we go... Look at our attack page. We've got 329 attack. No element. So 329. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all of the bonus from chain crit. Now we go to 344. That's might not seem like a lot because it's a raw hike, but a raw hike in damage of almost 20-something points. That is pretty substantial, and it will add up over time. And then as soon as you stop attacking, it goes away. But dual blades hit so much, you should be able to keep that buff on near constantly as long as you're not getting knocked around. You throw in elemental damage on top of that, and it's even more damage potential. Now on circle, we've got the lunging strike, which moves us forward. It's a forward lunging sort of pierce attack and swipes outwards. We can go left round slash lunging strike, and it's sort of a 2 attack loop. Again, it's pretty quick. And you can do it over and over again and evade out in order to redirect. And then, like a lot of the other weapons, you can string your attacks together with triangle and circle. So the combo paths are very fluid for dual blades, which is what I like. Even though it's not a high damage weapon, you can do things like mix up your different attacks, use them to change direction, and it's very mobile. Let's see if we hit. Nope, there's nothing for triangle and circle in base mode. That is our moveset. That is the base moveset for dual blades with this combination of switch skills. There's another one on my other scroll that switches up attacks. We'll look at that in a sec. So you might think, dual blades, alright, they seem fast, they seem pretty mobile, and they hit really quickly, but the moveset seems really basic. You hit a bunch of times, and then that's it. Actually, let's do this. Let me grab something from the item box. My stamina is really low because I didn't eat. Let me grab some steak. Alright, so topped out on stamina, that's going to be important. So with the weapons out, if we hit right trigger, we go into demon mode. In this mode, we get much faster mobility. We can like Naruto run with our blades out. And you can see the hunter flips the grip on the blades around, which is a super cool touch they added in World. You can see Frina spins her grip backwards. Now she's holding them in reverse. And so in this demon mode, we've got faster mobility. Evasion still uses stamina, but now we get a lunge. So instead of the roll when we're dodging, and if we turn it off, we get stamina back. Instead of the roll, now we have a slide dodge, which is really good for getting out of the way of things. It's very quick and allows you to continue your moves, but it eats through stamina really fast. So you don't want to be spamming evades when you've got demon mode on. In demon mode, our attacks do more damage. I think it's a crit multiplier as well. And you can see the red bar of swords to the right of my sharpness. The red sword thing is full now. As you hit in demon mode, it fills up that bar. And when it fills up that bar, you go into what's called archdemon mode. And if we turn off regular demon mode, you can see we've got look at these red trails around, and that red bar, sword bar, will slowly start to deplete. In archdemon mode, our attacks change. So now if we look at the chain on triangle, it's the same. If you look at the circle chain now, instead of that thrusting forward slashing outwards attack, we have the demon flurry rush on circle, which spins like a top and does a whole bunch of damage at once and moves you forward. So instead of the pierce and the kind of a short lunge, now it's a whipping forward move that does a whole bunch of hits at once. And you can chain it into the round slash and basically just go straight into the target. You can redirect your movement, move sideways, forwards, backwards, and for fighting game people, you can dodge cancel with the new lunge attack. So if we fill our bar back up, turn off demon mode and be in archdemon mode, which is a little bit confusing, I know. If we're going into attacks, let's say we got to get out of the way. These are dash cancels to zip out of the way. And because we're not in regular demon mode, we're not burning our stamina constantly. And the lunges instead chip away at our red bar a little bit faster. You can see it go down by an increment. But this is our big mobility factor here. And you can see now, because of my stamina boosts, we are initial D drifting all over the place, and it's incredibly quick. If we go back into demon mode and hit square and triangle, we get Blade Dance. This is a stationary multi-hit flurry of attacks that just goes off in a chain. You can't interrupt that. But if it goes off and then your stamina meter runs out, you'll finish the attack chain. It's a ton of damage, but it locks you in place for a couple seconds. So it's kind of dangerous to use. And so the main gimmicks of dual blades are managing the meter, your resources, and the different modes. Staying in archdemon mode all the time, which means occasionally turning on demon mode to refill your bar, getting your hits in, getting out, getting around the targets, and then knowing when to turn it off, and then lay the hits on and keep constant pressure on the targets. The damage output goes through the roof when you are using the different buff modes with dual blades. And they're super stylish, and they're really fun. Now for silk binds. On this particular loadout, I've got Spiral Slash and Shrouded Vault. Shrouded Vault is an evade. If I'm going to be hit with something that I can't just dodge out of the way of or is really damaging, if I use one wire bug and the circle button, Hunter will launch forwards and will basically dodge through any attack. It's not a parry because it doesn't counter, but it evades through anything and keeps you moving. So you can you attack out of it? Oh, you can't attack directly out of it, but you can go from the vault into some follow-ups. And so if you're squaring off with the enemy and they roar, since you don't have earplugs, you can do the shrouded vault directly through it and then go right into the target's face. Wazzy asks, what's better, more defense or more agility? It depends on what you're fighting. I think agility is better because at higher levels, even if you have high defense, things are still going to hit you for a ton of damage. So it's better to be able to just avoid, to get out of the way and dodge. That's a good question.
You're the best, pal.
Alright. Let's fill the bar back up, and we'll look at the other Soakbind attack on this skill scroll. One that's new to Sunbreak. The Spiral Slash. This one also costs 1 wire bug. If we use the triangle instead of circle, we'll use 2 bugs to fly forward into the target, and then upon impact, we do this sort of corkscrew, big flurry of blows directly on the target. It does a lot of damage. The key thing is you have to launch towards a weak point to get all those hits. If you hit something that's armored, which might be the back on the target, you'll just sort of pass through. You get some movement, but you don't get that big cloud of attacks unless you're hitting a weak point. Like so. But that's a really cool ability. They had something like that in Generations Ultimate, and it was brought back for Sunbreak. And it's really good for concentrated damage. Hey, Edward's here. Edward says bees? Bees. Nothing but bees. So those are the 2 Soakbinds on this particular loadout. I'm going to switch to the other one using skill swap. And in this mode, we have a completely different set of abilities for the duels. And this is what I've been experimenting with a little bit recently. And I'm still getting used to it because I'm not used to some of the tweaks and new abilities. So we're still in Archdemon mode. Our triangle attacks are the same, but our circle attacks are different now because we have a different switch skill swapped in on this loadout. If we hit circle instead of the spinning top move that whips us forward, get my meter back. We now have Demon Flight. So it still moves us forward and attack with sort of an overhead. But if we do this into a target, here's what happens. If we hit the target, we get a launch, which is why it's called Demon Flight. So instead of a fast-moving ground move, now we have a jump into the air, which launches us straight up, and you can do moves in the air. So we have the jumping double slash. We have the spinning blade finisher, which sort of comes down and does additional hits. And this is a completely different mobility style for dual blades. It's basically a tweaked version of the aerial style of the weapon from Generations and Generations Ultimate, which is really cool. This was in base Rise, I just didn't really use it because I suck at it. If we go into Demon mode, we've got Feral Demon mode. Note our ground speed is not as fast. We're still running, but we're not going at super high in order to run speed. And the difference is in Feral Demon mode, when we dodge, now we attack. So you can go through, do the same thing with chaining attacks together. But now if you dodge around the target, you hit at the same time. So you're sacrificing some speed for more constant damage and sustained hits. They just keep going, they don't stop. In addition, we have slide slash combo, which if we're using our triangle combos and we hit a direction, now we can slide and redirect, which is sort of our trade-off for not having that spinning top move. So if I just lay into the target with triangle and then hit side, I'll move sideways and do this sort of side glancing blow. You can go forwards. No, you can't go forwards. You can only go side and back, I guess. Yep. Go backwards. Not forwards, but side to side, just by stringing in a directional input on the left analog stick and triangle while you're doing hits. Very cool, but I'm not used to using it yet, so I still gotta get kind of familiar with that. And you sort of string that together in conjunction with the launch, and basically you are moving all over the place. You can use demon mode in the air and sort of toggle between that. This isn't a good target to demonstrate the Attack on Titan spinning Spider Rider thing, but if you use the circle attack while you're in demon mode, you'll spin down the back of the target. Since this target's really short, you can't really see it too well. For something that's got a long body and tail, when you do that, you'll spin like a horizontal blade, like a buzzsaw, all the way from the head to the tail of the monster. It's really cool. As you can see how with the switch skill system, same weapon, different moveset, and toggling them on the fly means you're basically got two play styles. You can DMC weapon master switch at the same time and then jump between the two. So now we're back in regular mode. We have our spinning top move back. Swap back. Now we got aerial mode. And yeah, basically dual blades are one of the most stylish weapons in Monster Hunter. They're super fun. Just a little bit difficult to use because you have to manage so many different resources and deal with the fact that you're fast. Now for Silk Binds on this one, we've got Piercing Bind, which is one of the default skills from Base Rise. If you throw that, it sticks a kunai in the enemy, and any hits to that kunai will stack up over time, and then it detonates for one burst of damage. It's about 5 or so seconds, and it's not bad. It's only one bug. If the enemy's down, and you just stick them with the kunai and then drop a bunch of hits, the more hits you do, the bigger the burst, which isn't bad. The other new ability on Circle is new to Sunbreak, Iron Shine Silk. And this one I'm still learning because it's brand new. If we use this one, it gives us a little bit of our sharpness back, and now my weapons have these little silk trails on them. And the way this works is, I don't think it's a damage boost. I thought it was additional hits, but it turns out the way Iron Shine Silk works is if you dodge an attack successfully using evades, it will sharpen your weapon. And I can't demonstrate this because I don't have it set to attack. Let's see, maybe we can do the dummy settings here. Let's do stop. We'll throw the skill back on. If I could successfully dodge the stomp, it should boost my sharpness. It might be hard to tell because it'll still be green. Let's see if we can time it. Yep. Still got hit with the stomp, but you can hear the sharpen noise and my sharpness went up to blue. So every time we successfully evade an attack, we will regain some sharpness, which is very cool. That's a unique ability. Iconic said, I imagine it'd be a bit of a learning experience. Yeah, duels are kind of complex but simple at the same time, if that makes sense. They don't have a huge move set, but the meter management, and using fighting game terminology, gets a little bit tricky, but if you can kind of get all that stuff figured out and just kind of practice with the weapon, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to get absolutely murdered because things hit incredibly hard on Master Rank, but it should be fun. Sogor off. Oh, the vault counts as an evade, huh? Alright. Yep, there's a sharpen. Alright. So that's a quick and dirty rundown of the dual blades. Now let's go figure out how we're going to put this into live practice.
I've got some great bargains. Ooh, that's quite good. Happy hunting.
Oh. Follower quest?
Yeah.
Maybe we can look at some of these today and go out hunting with the NPCs. Haven't really done much with that system. It's kind of neat. Now let's go look at the tree.
What is it? My hammer's ready.
So what were we building for dual blades? I know in base Rise, when I was hunting with Pink, I did manage to make the regular Almodron duels for water element. I've not hunted a master rank Almodron yet, but I did hunt the subspecies yesterday, the magma one. That was fun. That one gives us fire element, which we might not need for now. But we want to upgrade this one for water. For ice, we had Kushala's weapon. And I've not encountered Kushala on master rank yet. But these are the ones that look like a wolf maw. Ice Steel Fang. We'll probably keep going with this line. But we need to actually kill one in order for it to unlock and be craftable. One sec. Sorry, I thought I was about to sneeze. I know if I'm in the middle of a hunt, it's going to be very difficult to pause and try and mute myself if I have to sneeze. I'll do my best. So we've got an ice weapon, a water weapon started. We need thunder. And I'd started building Zinogre, the Thunder Wolf. That one... Oh no, it didn't. Not yet. These weapons are decent. 120, 20. But for master rank, since I spent so much time farming Astalos for its armor, I think I'm going to make its duels for Thunder Element. And those are over here. These start on master rank. These are the twin Wyvern beams. They look kind of like glowing green Psy weapons. And these have pretty good raw and elemental. Let's see. 290, 29... 349. So they come in at a little bit lower damage and element, but they have a higher tier of upgrades Zinogre doesn't have on this tree. So it goes up to 332. So 332 versus 349. I'll bet Zinogre might top out a little higher. But Astalos, is it higher sharpness? Okay, that's why. Note we get purple sharpness, which is the highest tier in master rank, if we upgrade these to the Twin Wyvern Beams Plus. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Can't make it now. I could upgrade it, and it'd probably be cheaper. Let's see if we can do that. This upgrades off the ore tree. So you have to go 1, 2, and then it goes straight to the Astalos line, which is kind of weird. It doesn't branch.
No problem.
Oh, we got more than enough for this. Good.
Right, let's get cracking.
And if we upgrade, if we craft it outright, costs more materials. But if we go from the actual ore tree line and upgrade it, it's a lot cheaper. Let's do that.
Gotcha.
Oh, we could throw those on. Twin Wyvern beams. And we can max it out. I forgot I have a mantle already. So Fire Dragon, Hard Claws, a Teostra drop. Okay. And we just need 10 Astalos bits.
No problem.
And now we have a maxed out Thunder weapon on this tier. I get the feeling it's going to have maybe one more upgrade, but I don't think we'll unlock that till we beat the main story boss. So let's see. Do I have anything I can slot in for decorations? Need a thunder damage drool. These are all specific decorations we create from monster bits, and they can be slotted into various weapons as just a straight passive boost. There's a lot of different ones on here. Maybe we'll take another one of these. There are weapon-specific ones too. I just haven't unlocked any yet. Like this one, Doot Range, which is a funny name. That's a hunting horn specific one. We could slot into any horn with a level 2 empty slot. Well, so we'll just put... Yeah, we'll put this one in here. It will do additional damage to Fang Beasts. So things like Rajang is a Fang Beast.
Take good care of
Okay,
your
wait,
gear.
we need to take a look at the rest of the tree.
What's up? Are you foraging or
We've got
upgrading?
thunder. We have an ice line started, a water line started, and for fire, I already have something crafted for that. Creature I've not hunted on stream yet, but the Espinas, which uses fire and poison. Its duels look like these kind of circular chakrams. Kind of reminds me of Tira's weapon from Soul Calibur. And these do fire and poison, which is kind of cool. They're a dual element.
Haste
And
makes waste.
if I need to
Take
fight
all the
something with
time
a
you
fire
need.
resistance, I'll use these for now. Hopefully they get purple sharpness later. But I get the feeling I need a mantle. So that gives us something to work with. And for dragon element, there's a whole bunch of options for dragon element. Gormagala, which we haven't seen on stream yet. The flagship Malzeno, that's dragon as well. The Duke's Cleavers. I'm probably going to build these weapons for most of the things I use. We could try and fight Malzeno. That's a tough fight. I've only done it once, and
What do you need?
it kicked my butt pretty bad. Ice. We need ice, which I don't have a master rank version of ice. Oh no, dragon is its highest weakness. Or fire. Okay. Weak against fire, ice, and dragon. Right, guess I'm testing out those
See you
poison
later.
duels. Let's go try and fight Malzeno. Again, I'm probably gonna lose. It's a tough fight. But I need to practice because its gear is rad. So let's throw on the Espinas duels. Look at that. Very stylish.
I've got lots of tasty snacks for you.
Make sure to eat our dongo. No, I don't need that. Deflector. Dragon. Defender.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
We'll do our hunts from Elgato, since we've already been in Commoner for however many hours. We'll go to the new town, and we'll do everything from here.
What a lively aura you have. Please be careful.
Hi. Oh wow. See ya. Oh, there's a special quest for you.
Okay, we're on Master Rank 5. I think last time I streamed I might have been on 3. We made some progress. There's a lot of stuff open. But we're going to go Crimson Moonlight. We're going to fight Malzeno. And Malzeno is the flagship for Sunbreak. It's the big kind of vampire dragon. And I need to practice this fight, so get ready for failure.
Let's go. Ride like the wind.
And I also need to finish exploring parts of this map. This is the Citadel Ruins.
The end is in sight.
Iconic says, "You got this, duder. We shall see." Alright, put a great wire bug here. Where's this going to take us? Okay, that's one way to get across the map.
Faster, buddy. Making steady progress.
Alright, Malzeno's up there in 3 on the right side. We've got Unagaron and an Espinas on the map. Oh, great. Oh, we could drop more of these while we're here. That probably takes us back in the opposite direction. So I'm not gonna take that one back. We'll keep moving forward. It's not forward. Oops. I don't want to do that. I need to spend some more time exploring this map. I've been playing with some friends of mine. We've been kind of beelining towards the tasks at hand. And that's why there's some unrevealed sections of the map left still. Oh, come on. Really? Need to pay attention to where I'm going. But I do want to poke around a bit when we're not on a timeline. See what else is around. Different alternate routes. There's a camp somewhere on the right. It'd be good to get that. But for now, we will head straight forward. There's Espinas. Big green spiky boy. We're going to ignore you. And there's Malzeno. What's up, Stinky? Alright. The name of the game with Malzeno is... It is a very fast Elder Dragon. And it attacks by... hitting with its wings. It's got this Psycho Crusher move. It can kind of shoot Wind Blasts and these Curios, the red parasite thingies. You can shoot that at you as well. And so I'm still trying to figure out a good strategy for dealing with this thing, but dodge around it and not get smacked by its heavy attacks seems to be the best way to deal with it. Easier said than done, though, because, again, very fast. But if I throw on my Silk, and now we have to go for the offense. Okay, I didn't even see that move before. Gotta sharpen. A lot of Malzeno's attacks also involve it sort of swiping overhead and hitting with its tail. Now it's mad. Alright. Lots of projectiles as well. Ow. That was a bad trade. And the way the Blood Blight ailment works is you have to do a lot of damage and you'll get your life back.
Don't let him get away!
Alright.
Ride like the wind!
Alright, I'm gonna go one zone away. That's fine.
What happened?
Oh, now it's really mad. And when it goes into this particular rage mode, now our vampire dragon can teleport. For reasons. Oh. Get a meter back. Yeah, that sort of burst sound effect that's kind of sounds like a JoJo stand effect is when Malzeno teleports. Like that. That's a nutty gimmick for an Elder Dragon. But pretty cool. Whew. I forgot you can do that corkscrew move in the air as well. But I don't have it on this loadout.
Not going down that easily.
Ow. Okay, 2 stabs with the wings. Nope, I see you. Stick and move. Oh, really? Why? Let's see what hit me. Ooh. Double tele. Okay. Oh, gotta get out. Get out, get out. That's a nuke. I have Dragon Blight, which means my element won't work. Nope. Oh, come on.
Trying to get away. Faster, buddy.
Well, I haven't gotten carded yet, but this is definitely a difficult fight.
Need to sharpen this thing. Mr. Monsters, meet Mr.
Oh, missed that.
This is the end of the line for you.
Oh, now I gotta figure out where its weak points are. Let's try to hit the wings. Okay, what a break. Broke one of the arms. Ooh. Oh, come on, where's my evade at? Whoops. Bad dodge. Alright, rage mode. See if we can get a horn break. Oh, hey, it's Lumigaron. What's up, buddy? Now we gotta ride.
You do what I say now.
And Espinas is here. Maybe we can do a double ride. There we go. Almost missed.
Yahoo!
I have not ridden this one before. What do your moves look like?
Learn.
Stomp. Charge. Cool. You gonna play chicken with me? I need to make sure I don't target Lunagar on accident. Let's do this. Oh, paralysis. Nice.
Bye-bye. Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
Oh, you still here?
After it.
Let's grab our shinies.
Ride like the
We
wind.
do not want to pick a fight with Nagaron right now. Aw. Oh wow. Forgot about the ground wave. The other arm's broken. No, don't you shoot that stuff at me. Gonna burn a lot of potions on this. Oh, that goes full screen too. Hey, Med's back. What's up, Med? I'm fighting a angry vampire dragon. Oh wow, that's a ton of damage. Let's do this. Do my evade buff back. Ooh. Luke. Oh man, amount of mega potions. Ew. Yeesh.
Trying to get away.
Matt says, my mom made me watch a bunch of horror movies with her because she was too scared to watch them alone. They were all sharks. I swear I'll never swim anywhere. Swim near any sharks. Yeah, sharks are, they can be dangerous, but they're cool. One of my favorite animals. But definitely good to be careful around areas with sharks. Oops. Oh, I'm on the wrong mode, that's why. There we go. double smite. One horn break? Yeah. So we can get the other one. Ah. Thought I could dodge through that. I need to learn my iframe windows a little bit better. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Getting morbed. Oh.
I can't believe this.
And now I'm dead.
Oh, you're gonna pay.
I wasn't aware I was that low on potions. Oh man, we're at the bottom of the map too. I need to figure out where the camp is. I also see that Med redeemed Hydrate. My goal, my short-term goal is to get this Malzeno fight down to about 15 minutes. This is probably going to be closer to 30, as I've only done it twice. But we're getting there. It's a really cool monster. Just a very challenging moveset. Very dangerous.
Mine now. The end is in sight.
Iconic says, you can do it, reach your goal. I'm trying. That's one cart. I've got 2 more chances. Oh, now you're... Ah. Yeah. Now we're all the way on the other side of the map, huh? The Citadel, the map we're on, is new for Sunbreak. It's a pretty cool map. It's big. It's a lot to cover. Med asks, is there an animal you're scared of? Me personally, no, there's no animals that I'm like legit scared of. Anything that's poisonous I'm cautious of, but I don't have like a constant paranoia. You have a couple poisonous spiders in the area I live in, but nothing compared to like Australia. Oh, sleeping. Are you almost dead? Oh, wakey wakey. Come on. Some tail hits. Nope, that's not a dodge. Oh man, I need to get the timing down for evading through those projectiles. That's free sharpness.
My buddy.
What's that? Rage mode. There we go. I might need evade 4. Thing is, evade 3 is fine, but since I have to aggressively evade through stuff to sharpen, maybe I'll try and get a level 4 on the set at some point. Okay, out of rage mode. Ow.
Fast, pal.
Yep. Teleport mode. Yep. Ah, got your tail. Alright. I'll be getting close. Where'd it go? Med says, for me, only banana spiders and wasps, only because I'm traumatized of wasps and banana spiders through past events. Ah. That makes sense. I think we have banana spiders here. I would hope not. Ah, there it is. Kind of like Magnum Mallow. If you cut off Malzino's tail, it sort of sticks in the ground like that. It doesn't get severed completely. Put our buff back on. Let me break those wings. Ooh. Get that blood light off.
I'm not going down that
Oh,
easily.
come on. Need to read those follow-ups out of the teleports better. Malzino likes to do that overhead tail slam right out of teleports. Oh, okay, those track. That helmet. Still no wings? Med says, I gotta go again. I'll see you. Have a nice day. Alright, Med. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. I will catch you on the next stream. Hope the rest of your day goes well and is free of sharks. Uh-oh. That's not a safe spot. I think it's interesting when Malzena goes into that rage mode and starts teleporting, it turns black. It's normally silver.
Let's go.
It's kind of a neat color palette shift. Overall, really cool monster. I like this flagship a lot. I just suck at fighting it.
Whetstone time.
Coming up on 30. So I think we're close. We just need to keep the pressure on.
This one's all for you.
There's the Attack on Titan move. Alright, that's a bad idea. Right in the face. Oh, oof. Mid heal. Uh-oh. Alright. Well, last carp.
Now I'm really angry. Faster, buddy.
And we can't capture an Elder Dragon when it gets near death.
This should make
Oh,
it good
just gotta do it. And if we fail, we fail. Alright. We got free heal. Ooh. Ah, that's not what I want to do. I'm gonna have to keep my health high. Hey. Say that, I'm gonna get bodied. Alright. Oh man, really? Stop getting hit by that. Teleport follow-ups. Ugh.
Ride like the wind.
35 minutes? I'm gonna get really close to the quest time limit. Alright. I think I'm slowly getting the feel for the patterns on Malzeno. Those tail slams been taking off about 3/4. Oh, it's an ogre. For 4? Free ride. That'll work.
You do what I say now.
Oh, there's the damage number. One more. There we go. Would that break a wing? Oh, nice. Let's get the finisher. I really gotta pile in damage here. There we go. It's weak. Come on, over here. Get out of the hallway. Nuke. Oh, man. Come on, you sucker. Oh boy, teleport mode. Oh, what's up, Barrios? Okay, we can get a ride. That might get us the win. Do it.
Now's my chance.
All right, might be able to get the kill here.
Watch and learn.
Ha! Yeesh, was that 40 minutes almost? That was a very, very bad time overall for Hunt, but at least we did it.
See what we have.
Cortex. Shard. Rare drops are mantles, I believe. You could try and do that with the gun lance. Actually, I'm gonna try and do it with the gun. My Pierce gun. We should be able to get a much better time. Let's try it. We'll see if we can do some time attacks against Malzeno for a bit, and then I'll switch targets. Okay, tail, Cortex. 2 tails, Curio. Okay. Iconic says, got to go now. Wish you the best with everything. Always cheering you on, and thanks for the chill vibes. Alright, Iconic. Thanks for popping in and hanging out. And we'll definitely catch you later. And see, Iconic's hitting us with a Hydrate. I hope the rest of your Sunday goes well, man. I will see you later. Lord, I went through so many items. Alright. Only real problem is this armor set, my Pierce light bowgun set, is much lower in defense. So as long as I never get hit, should be okay.
Hey, good to see ya.
Okay, I can upgrade my armor a little bit more. That's probably a good idea. Oh, it only cost me 4.
Strike while the iron's hot. You got it. Strike while the iron's hot.
I need more armor spheres.
Okay, good luck.
A special quest has been added. Come again.
Okay, now it's up to 619. That's marginally higher. I might have to take some defense drugs, since most of those big hits are probably a one-shot.
Oh, sweet.
Plus on the plus side, I should be able to stay far away. This is the Pierce light bowgun armor I've been using, a mix of Rachna and Sanitar parts. Use the Toby Laird.
There's a special quest for you. Here's the list of quests.
Alright,
Best of luck.
rematch. Time to beat, like 40 minutes.
Ready to go. Let's go. That's one request over with.
Alright, we're just going to beeline it up to the right side of the map. And where are my armor skins? Let's give us a defense boost until I get carded. I'll have to drink another one. Hey, what's up, Stinky?
There it is.
Okay, that goes out in the front. Fine, you can shoot stuff at me. Ow, alright. Yep, that's almost 100% damage. That probably needs to be topped out just to be safe. Teleport mode.
I can't believe this.
I wonder if dodging forward gets out of the way of that better.
Oh, you're gonna pay. Ride like the wind.
I've gotten hit by that almost every time. I will have to experiment with the best way to dodge that. 'Cause it looks like it just comes straight over the top. Yeah, it does a stupid amount of damage.
I'll make you regret this.
That was a lateral dodge. Try to go at an angle.
Now I'm really angry.
Okay.
Let's
That
go.
direction doesn't work. I didn't think that I wouldn't be able to get out of the way of some of those attacks. That's going to be a problem with this particular type of weapon. Only other option would be to come in here with the gun lance and tank it. That's what I did the first time I fought this. I'll try one more time to go under it, but if I miss, I'm going to lose the quest. Oh, I don't have my fence juice on. That'll help.
Faster, buddy.
What hit me? Alright, going forward didn't work either. Maybe backwards? backwards and get out of its range from front? I didn't think about that. Well, alright. I haven't triple carded a whole lot since I've been playing this, but that will happen. Alright, we're just going to restock and go straight back in and try that again. I'll try dodging backwards.
Enough of that.
Oh, be sure to check the special quest. Take a look at the quest list. Take care.
Round 3.
Ready to go. Let's go. The end is in sight.
I don't think it starts in spot 1. Or was that 10? That right abandoned castle ruins section. I don't think it starts there every time. But it seems like it does start there most of the time.
Making steady progress. There's the target.
Alright, regular rage mode. Cool. Try to keep her health topped up. Alright, now I gotta watch out for that tail flip. Okay, backwards. Hey, Sour Lad's here. What's up, Sour Lad? I'm fighting an angry vampire dragon. I am currently 1 for 3. Okay, yeah, I think I gotta move backwards. Ow. Man. Where are my max potions? Am I out of max potions? Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. I can do the spear too. So I have to read for the explosion and the spear when it does that teleport. So that said, just not possibly the greatest clip on Twitch. Oh yeah? What was it? Ugh. Where are my maxes? I might be out. Need to make more. Okay, yeah, I gotta dodge straight backwards and get out of range of that. It's not getting cornered.
Fast, pal.
Zara says, a mod for a big streamer posted porn in chat by accident. Whoopsie doodle. That's a mod firing. That means it was a link, right? Since you can't post like actual files in chat. So they accidentally posted like a inappropriate link to something. Oof. Can you get banned for something a mod does? If I never have to find that out. Fortunately, I have very competent mods. But that's rough. Because if the streamer got banned for what the mod posted, that would suck. Uh-oh. Oof. Oh, come on. I got hit by the follow-up. Man. Starlight says it was a link. Ah. Yeah. Did the streamer get banned?
Faster, buddy.
I guess how did the streamer know that it was a inappropriate link? Like did the streamer click on it or did the chat click on it? Oh, I see. The streamer clicked it off screen. The unfortunate chat members also clicked. Yeah, I think that's good practice. If someone sends you something, just to be safe, open it in another window off stream, just in case. And if the person's legitimately sending you something inappropriate, you can ban them from existence. Also, if you're modding for a chat stream, maybe don't have your inappropriate stuff open at the same time so you don't accidentally copy the wrong link. Oh, come on. see what I broke. One of the arms. Horn's broken. I see. Starlight says it was clipped and put in a compilation. YouTube videos and Wazi's Discord. Okay. And it's blurred in the video. It's best to watch off stream. Noted. I will check that out after we're done, just to be safe. Yeah, hopefully it got worked out. That's why I asked if the streamer got banned for something the mod posted. I guess it was just a link. I don't know if that's against TOS. Should probably check that out. Ah.
That's my buddy.
That range. Roar's got a pretty big range. Ah, let me heal you, jackass. Oh, alright. It's in range. Sarah says the streamer just laughed. I don't think he was banned. Oh, that's good. Like I said, if they didn't show anything on the actual stream because they clicked on it off screen, then it's probably fine. But it sucks for the mod. Bet that mod got in trouble. Hey, Despinas. Before? Oh no. Ah, I see. Starlight says the link was deleted, so it wouldn't actually conflict with TOS. That's good. Let's see. Xeno's got the tail flip and spear. Let's see. Let's go for a launch.
Bye-bye. You do what I say now.
Espinasa's attacks come out decently fast. They hit hard too. Outlet.
Yahoo!
Alright, let's lay the damage on. We're about 15 minutes. Alright. Yeah, I think that big smash does a huge radius around Malzuno. So if I just go backwards, I should be able to get out of range of it. It only cost me a whole quest of learning that. Ooh, alright, knockdown. Okay, leaving. I think we're making better time than the last successful run, which was 40 minutes. But this is way more dangerous because I'm in one-shot territory almost the entire time. Sorry, so how's Sunbreak? Sunbreak is great, man. This might be one of the best titles in the entire Monster Hunter series. There's so much to do and see, and a lot of variety for how you can play the game. It's crazy. Are you eating? Hopefully I'll get to show off a lot of the variety and stuff in game for you folks. That's why I was playing duels earlier. We'll probably switch targets after this. Uh-oh. And go fight something else. I can bust the dual blades out again. I need practice. Double spear. Oh boy. Uh-oh. That I need to watch out for. Sorry, lad ass. You think Monster Hunter will hit its limit at some point? I highly doubt it. Not while it's like the biggest franchise in Japan, and the fact that it's gaining such a global audience and is releasing everywhere at once. I don't see Monster Hunter getting stale or stopping anytime soon. Like every iteration of the franchise just gets better and better. I'm sure it'll end at some point, but probably not in the next decade. Developers at Capcom that work on Monster Hunter treat it with such care because it's the most popular franchise in Japan, and now it's gaining such a big foothold in the West. Like they just need to ride the wave. I think they're going to keep doing that. There's already another one that's in the works, the Monster Hunter 6. The one that's going to be probably on most main console systems. Wouldn't surprise me if we get an announcement for that at some point late this year, early next year, about them developing it. The game itself is probably like 2 years away. We still have more Sunbreak content to come out through next year. So good time to get into Monster Hunter. If you've ever been curious of the series, there's so much to experience. Hey, it's Espinas again. Woo! So I guess I need to be inside the range of the beam and then outside the range of the nuke. Sorry, lad says, I guess the formula is something unique with his gameplay. The core loop of what makes Monster Hunter great is largely unchanged. You know, you hunt monsters, you use their bits to create gear to hunt bigger monsters, And you do that through a story and then really extensive post-game. And if you want to choose to complete everything and then you beat it, that's fine. If you keep playing it because you want to experiment with different builds and different weapons, that's why you can get hundreds of hours out of the games. And the team keeps finding ways to sort of iterate on that formula without changing it too much. And that's why each game feels really fresh and interesting. It's really fascinating how they've managed to do that. Since the PS2 era, each title has new innovations and ideas and things that they add. That's why it's my favorite series. Every experience feels fresh, and I've played a bunch of the games. Alright, let's get rid of Garen. Like, if you told me 3 games ago that you'd one day have the ability to ride on monsters and control them, I would have told you were crazy. But here we are. Of course, if you told me that in one of the later games you'd fight a teleporting vampire dragon that uses blood parasites, I'd also tell you were crazy. Starlight asks, is there an anime? There was a manga called, I think, Orage, based on the Monster Hunter universe. And then there's a Netflix CGI series called, it's like Secrets of the Guild or something. And I heard that was pretty decent. It's an all like CGI animation series, and it features Dante Bosco. Dante Bosco is the voice of the main character, which is pretty cool. I have not seen it yet, but I heard it was okay. It was pretty good. Much better than the Monster Hunter movie, which we don't talk about. Oh, I'm out of Pierce ammo. That's not good. I might have to port back to camp. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's weak. Alright. Sub 25, I'll be happy with this run. Pierce 3s. Do decent damage, but I can't rapid fire them. There we go. Barely sub 25.
We did it!
Yeesh.
What have we here?
It was a cool fight, but boy, tough monster. Ooh, shinies. We broke the arms, the horns. Both horns, but not the wings. Ah. Do we get any rare drops is the question. Nope. We're getting king armor spheres from this though, which is good. Cortex, hard fang, shards, hard fangs, horns, wings. I think we need mantles. Mantles are the rarest drop from Malzeno.
A special quest has been added. Here are the support surveys. Please select the quest that best suits you. I look forward to your safe return.
Okay, I burned through all of my Pierce combines for Pierce 2 in that round. Okay. Oh no, we still have max potions. I must have forgot to restock.
Hey, good to see ya. Alright,
First thing I
let's
want
make
to
it
build
happen.
from Malzeno, which stems from the Commodore tree, which is kind of interesting, is the Duke's Bayonet, which we do have enough things to create. We can craft the Commodore Warrior Gun Lance outright and then upgrade directly to the Malzeno line. This one's going to probably become my default gun lance weapon going forward for a bit till we hit endgame. It's 320 attack, 32 dragon element, purple sharpness.
Bring on the hard stuff. Ain't nothing I can't forge.
Let's
Seeing
see.
my customer smile is the main reason I've
5
been
cortex,
banging away
1
at the
tail,
smithing stuff for so long.
3 horns, 2 fangs. Can I make the duels at the same
I'm
time?
itching to get started.
Oh no. I need more augite. I think I would have enough of everything else. I could make the duels, but I don't have the ore. The ore must come from that map. Let's see if it
I'll
tells
be here
me.
when you need me.
Let's switch back to the dual blade sets. We'll mess around with some other targets.
How are things? Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
So let's see. We can't do the ice line. Oh. I can upgrade the... Did I miss this earlier? I must have missed this earlier. We can upgrade to the master rank mud slicers for water. That's good. We need a mantle in order to get max level for now.
Strike while the iron's hot.
I must have picked these up from shinies because I don't think I've hunted regular Almodron yet. That's fine. So now we just need a mantle, and we can max those out for the tier we're on. That's good. And we're just missing ice and dragon. Then we do Duke's Cleavers for dragon. Where's that ore
Okay,
come from?
good luck.
Augite. Shifting doesn't tell me where it comes from. It's a rare 8 though. Probably comes from the Citadel, one of the new maps. I guess we can look. Should I go gathering? Could do a quick intermission quest to go gathering and look at the Citadel and see if it's there. Let me look it up. I don't want to waste my time on stream here with you folks. Let's see. Let me just Google it real quick. Shrine ruins, huh? So it's a G rank, or not G rank, a master rank drop on the shrine ruins, the very first map of the game. All right. Guess we can do that real quick. We'll just leave the horn on. We're not gonna actually be hitting anything.
Be sure to check the special quest. Here's the list of quests. Take care.
No harvester, unfortunately.
Enough of that.
Alright, this shouldn't take too long. We'll just sweep through the gathering spots on Shrine Ruins. We'll get the ore we need, and we'll
This a quick one.
head back to town. Actually, we'll just have our dogs sniff out these two. And get some rare bones as well. This new sniff 'em out feature that the Palicos have, or Palamutes, is so useful. You ask your dog to find this stuff of interest on the map, and then your faithful doggo will just mark them on the map with the blue dots, and you can see exactly where they are. It's fantastic. Let's see what's up here. Oh, there's the first one.
Some of that sweet ore. That's one in the bag.
Okay. We'll just sweep the map, kind of circle around all of the blue points and see how much we can gather. If we can gather a few of those augites, that would be good, since I'm going to need it for multiple weapons. And we'll grab some of those rare bones, which I'll also need for other gear.
Making steady progress.
Okay, there's another one. Got one.
Ride like the wind. That's anything
Bones.
I can use in here. The end is in sight.
I was working on the Seregios gear, which needs some of those bone bits. But I don't know if I'm going to actually make that one now. The chain crit set I have is pretty useful. So we'll see. I'll leave it in my wish list for now, and maybe I'll make that decision later.
Prepare to be hunted.
Oh, is it on the other side? Yeah, maybe up here. Way up top. All right. Way up top.
Faster, buddy.
Oh, which way is it? This way? I don't normally do gathering missions on the Shrine Ruins. remember where most of these points are. So I'll just move through the map sequentially and find them. If I can get maybe 2 or 3 more of that ore, I'm going to port back. I won't spend an entire 30 minutes doing this.
What do we have here? That's one in the bag.
Ah, there it is.
Give me some of that sweet ore.
Okay, that's 2. Four. There's one here in the corner. Oh no, I think it's up there. Oh, let's scale that from here. There you go. I see Starlight are deemed to stretch. That's a good idea. I've been sitting for a bit. And to hydrate. Thanks for the reminder, Sour Lad.
That's one request over with.
Alright, I think it's over there. Nope, must be on top. Yep, there it is.
Give me some of that sweet ore.
Okay.
Ride like the wind.
That's probably good enough. I'll call that good.
Nothing to it.
Sarlad says, nothing worse than sore bones in the morning. Fortunately, because I'm old, my bones are sore every morning. But you're right in that we can make them less sore otherwise. But I definitely hear you there. Alright, let's see.
Hey there.
I will forge the lance first.
Strike while the iron's hot.
And then we'll do the duels. And we'll take the duels out.
Ooh, I'm itching to get started. You got it. Strike while the iron's hot.
And like that, I have exhausted my supply of Malzeno hardhorns. I'll have to definitely hunt more of those in the future.
Hey, thanks.
Okay. So we'll put the chain crit set back on. Could switch up to Duke's Cleavers as a cool looking weapon set. Got these kind of sharp blades with a weird hilt protector and this gold trailing edge along it. Looks like Malzeno's horns. Very neat. Okay.
Hey, good to see ya.
I don't want to hunt Almodron with duels because the magma one I did by myself and that was very difficult. So let's see what else we can
All right, let's make it
fight
happen.
Narga. I do need a mantle to upgrade the gun. Upgrading to the Night Strix Plus Gives a damage boost. Damage. And that's it. I think some of the ammo might change, but this is our go-to Pierce gun. Let's see. We could do that.
Bring on the hard stuff. Ain't nothing I can't forge. Seeing my customers smile is the main
we
reason
can do
I've been
Nargo.
banging. I'll be here when you need me.
Put the other duels on for that though, since it's weak to thunder.
Be sure to check the special quest.
Oh boy, a bunch of optionals done. Great.
Come again.
Nope. We'll grab the quest. We'll go fight Narga.
There's a special quest for you. Uh-huh. Take a look at the quest list. Take care.
All right, let's go.
We're off. This will be an interesting challenge. Unlike the last target, Narga's not quite as dangerous, but it is fast. Like, this monster is very quick on its feet. It's good practice with the duels.
Making steady progress. Whetstone time.
There you are.
No more holding.
Nope, that was not a correct dodge. Alright,
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
shot on the tail. Ow. Alright. Oh, it's Toby. Catch a ride.
Let's go for a ride.
Oh, and the crab's here too. Another free ride.
Bye-bye. You do what I say now. The end is in sight.
Oh, this is not a bad place. Not a good place to fight. Oh, I don't want to target Toby.
How do you like that? This is the end of the line for you!
Aw.
It's trying to get away!
Come on. Get out of here, Toby. My dog. Dog.
Faster, buddy!
There you go. It's over here. Okay, roaring through, or dodging through roars will also sharpen. It's good to know. Time it correctly, though.
Doing great! That looks like it's gonna hurt!
Oh, that's right. It's a side swipe. One, two. Nope. Just one. Pressure on.
I'm gonna kick your butt!
Lucky. Almost missed. Swing breaks.
Don't let him get away! Let's go!
Alright, one's on the way. That's fine.
Excuse me for a moment!
Alright.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon!
Dodge the tail, get hit by the body. Targeting on that is different since it jumps sideways.
Making steady progress. This one's all for you.
Ah, too high.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Get that other wing break.
This is the end of the line for you.
Nope. Big sharpness.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Ooh, that was close. Let's get out of the tight corridor. It's a terrible place to fight. Get over here, Stinky. Ooh, it's a good break.
That's one request over with.
And we got the tail. Ah. And you're limping. Okay. I think we're slowly getting the hang of dual blades, folks. They're so much fun, but boy, you have to be careful.
Faster, buddy.
You gonna go to sleep? Nope.
You asked for this.
Oh, yeah, alright, asked for that.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
I missed.
That looks like it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna kick your butt.
There we go. Sub 15.
We did it!
What have we here?
Oof. Fast-paced fight.
The end is in sight!
Shiny over here. And we got a mantle. How lucky. Nice. Alright. Great, I can upgrade my gun.
There's a special quest for you. Yeah. Yep. I need a bonus quest that's not deliver a transport item. Come again.
How are things? Let's get you fixed up then, shall we?
Alright, so let's see. We got gun lance built. We can upgrade our gun. Might just be done for now with the dual blades tree until we can get Master Rank Kushala as a hunt. We don't have that yet.
Everything Master Hammond taught me to good
We need to
use.
be able to
I can swing
upgrade
whatever you need.
the duels down here. Okay.
All right, let's make it happen.
What other armor sets do I want to make? I want to make a switch axe set. Who has rapid morph? High rank said it was Almodron. I do need to farm that for its weapon, but I don't have its regular armor set unlocked yet because I haven't fought
Bring
it.
on the hard
Maybe we
stuff.
can do that
Ain't
next.
Nothing I can't forge. Seeing my customers smile is the main reason I've been banging away at the smithing stuff for so long.
This is the Magma Almodron set, which doesn't have super useful skills, but it looks really cool. You look like a mecha type character or design. I'm definitely going to build the layered armor for this when it unlocks later. That is a super neat set. The green bits can be recolored. They're usually bright orange since it's like a molten creature. The regular Almodron probably looks just like this with different colors. I guess we could do Almodron. I don't want to fight that thing with duels, though. That's a really obnoxious fight with duels. Maybe we could try it for practice, since I have lightning.
Bye now.
Or thunder element. Sarlat asks, anything from older Monster Hunter games that aren't present in the modern ones? Yeah. They're in the third generation for Tri and then Tri Ultimate, the third games. There was underwater combat, which It was an interesting idea, but it was not implemented the best. And so the community is really divided on whether or not they'd want that to ever come back. I thought it was an interesting idea, but all the weapons I played were really frustrating to use underwater. So unless they overhaul and make that system way better, I'm fine with it not coming back. But that was one thing from the older games that we haven't seen in several titles. Let's see, what's Almodron weak against? I'm pretty sure it's thunder. No, it's fire. Fire, huh? Okay. Alright, I have fire duels. Starlight says, underwater sounds complicated. Yeah, it was. The real trick was trying to navigate underwater, because until you could play it on the... When you could play it on the Wii, which is the first game in third generation try, depending on the controller you were using, you needed 2 analog sticks to be able to control the camera. And if you didn't have 2 analog sticks on your controller underwater, it was just a nightmare. Okay, we want the Espinalis. Rosenzahn. Not purple sharpness, but it's okay.
Be sure to check the special quest. Take a look at the quest list.
Was it 3-star? I guess so.
Take care.
There are some neat monsters that function primarily in the underwater combat, like the flagship for Tri, Legiacris, the thunder element Leviathan, really neat monster, but has not been seen in a modern game since GU, and it was more or less just ported from 3U. But hopefully we'll see that one in the future. Maybe in the next title. I don't know if they're going to bring back underwater combat. Like I said, they'd have to overhaul it because it was pretty divided amongst the community. People who liked it and people who didn't.
All right, let's go.
Alright, let's go fight Mudweasel. The lava version took me like half an hour to kill. But I think I'm getting better at using duels little by little. Now that I know the skill with the Iron Silk, restores sharpness on evade. I feel like I know how to use that a bit better.
This should make it good as new.
Alright, let's rumble. Ow. Okay, the Attack on Titan Spine Rider move is much more useful on big targets like Almodron, since it's long. You can go from head to tail, do a bunch of damage.
Fast, pal.
A lot of parts to break on Almodron as well. Want to cut its tail, break its head, break its back, break its claws. Daroth? Hey, what's up, buddy?
Let's go for a ride.
Duel of the Mud Boys.
How do you like that? This is the end of the line for you.
Oh, where am I?
Buddy. Making steady progress.
Okay, we have a chip on the tail. We continue to do more damage, we can sever the tip. If it's anything like the magma version, it starts going under the ground. And Almodron's a lot faster. Three punches? Alright, 3 punches. That's got the wrecking ball out. What I want to do is use my piercing shot to try and break its tail. That'll knock it over. Ow. I'm not getting my teeth knocked out with that. Or, no, it'll just detonate it. Alright.
Don't let him get away. Faster, buddy.
All the species of Almodron will put that big coating thing on the tail, and if you don't break it fast enough, it'll do this big overhead slam that does a ton of damage.
Need
Is
to
that
sharpen this thing.
Basarios?
This is the end of the line for you.
Ooh, free ride.
You do what I say now.
Ooh, 600 damage.
Buddy.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Try and get the tail severed. Pile of damage on the tail.
Love you, buddy. That takes care of that. This is the end of the line for you.
Ow. Tail's gotta be close. Ah.
After it. Let's go.
Alright. Just about 10 minutes. Might be able to do this in sub 15.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh, here comes the mud. Break those claws.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Stay right there. Oh man, that's like a series of hits. Thought for sure I'd get the sever there. There it is. Tails off. No mud ball for you. Alright, we'll get a ride.
Watch and learn. Baba, now it's personal.
It's almost dead. Alright. Oh, we got both the claws on the front too.
That's my buddy.
in the face.
This is the end of the line for you!
There we go. Sub 15.
Didn't even break a sweat.
That seemed a lot less annoying than the magma version.
Carve, carve, carve.
I think it's because the magma version's faster. Nice. I could tolerate doing that hunt in less than 15 minutes.
Faster, buddy! What have we here?
Large fin. I think we broke everything. Back. Upper back, lower back, head. Claws, tail. Yeah, I think that's all the breaks. That's pretty good. I need to do that again. If I can do that in less than 15 minutes. My cat plundered. Golden Almodron orb, the high rank gem. That's good. Lash tail. We need a mantle.
Hey, good to see ya.
Let's see what the armor looks like. Should be similar to the magma one, just yeah, different color. Yep, same model, different color. But this one has rapid morph, power prolonger, razor sharp, evade window 5. Wow. Okay. We go full evasion with this. Okay.
I'll put everything
Yeah, that's a
Master
switch
Hammond
axe set.
taught me to good use. I can swing whatever you need.
Hard claws. We need the mantle for the chest piece. Alright. Oh, we can build this one straight away. Oh, another Baroth crown. I needed that for the Lancer armor I was trying to build. Alright. Trying to put everything on the wish list. But not that.
Hey, thanks.
I'm going to take the Serregio stuff off. I might build it later, but now that I know about that sharpen skill for duels, I don't need it. Alright, go fight Mudboy again. I wouldn't say that was an easy fight, but it was definitely manageable.
Time to get going.
A special quest has been added.
There we go.
Please select the quest that best suits you. Take care.
Oh, I should look at follower quests and see. Some of these might also be on there, and we could see what the NPCs have to say when they join us on hunts. I'll do that next. I highly doubt I'm going to get everything I need to farm Almodron a bit.
Whetstone time.
All right,
Time to get
round two. Oh, come on. Immediately just get slapped in the face. Oh, it's still not proc? Ah. Waste of bug. Give me those tail chops. Oh, it's Puke Puke. What's up?
Watch and learn. Yahoo! Let's go for a ride.
Get a break? Nope.
How this is the end of the line for you.
All right. Ow. Those tail hits. Alright, keep doing that. It's fine. 3 hits. Even? Alright.
Let's go.
Not bad, not bad. Slowly getting the hang of duels. Yep, I'm in the wrong area. It's above.
Mine now.
Oh, my archdemon mode's running out.
The end is in sight. Need to sharpen this thing. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Alright, got chips. Now we just need to cut it off.
That's my buddy.
Yeah. Water blight. Come on, really? Oh, alright, he's got the wrecking ball out.
Now it's personal.
Ah. Missed.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
It can bust that thing out pretty quick. I think the overall time before it does the huge slam is much lower on Master Rank.
I'm gonna get you. Don't let him get away.
Hey, where you going?
Faster, buddy. All right, let's see what we have.
Alright, let's go. Oh boy, yep. Yes, that's gonna clock me in midair. Oh, you're not done.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon.
Sever? Sever? Nope.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Love you, buddy.
This is the end of the line for you.
Ah, there we go. That's satisfying. I guess I don't need to damage the tail anymore. It's already cut.
Excuse me for a moment.
I was hoping to get a stagger there. Oh, that works.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon. After it!
Guess we're not going sub 15 on this one.
Carve, carve, carve.
Where's my dog? I'm already on my dog. It's gotta be close. There it goes.
This is the end of the line for you!
What are you doing down there? Oh, I could finish it with Basarios. Fire beam. Oh. One. Two. And three.
Didn't even break a sweat! All right, let's see what we have.
Okay, shards, cortex. Didn't see a mantle. See if we get lucky in the rewards.
Nothing to it!
Nope. No mantle. A lot of other bits, though.
Hey, good to see ya! Alright, let's make it happen!
Okay, we can make the arms. And the legs. So now we just need a mantle and a Baroth crown. Okay.
Be careful out there!
It's pretty straightforward.
I've been expecting you.
I will take a look at the follower quest list, and if there's anything good in there, maybe we can do one of those to kind of wrap up the session for today. free goodies. What you got? Paz? Elder Dragon Bones, Pure Dragon Blood. Okay. Let's unlock some duels. Well, she must be a dual blade user.
Your best.
Alright, let's see.
We have a special quest for you. Please select the quest that
Follower
best suits
quest. Burning Air, Trembling Earth. Rathalos and Tigrex. Flame that Burns Within. Zenogre and Gormagala. Let's see, this is with Fugen. This is with Gallius. We've got a Mizu. This one is with Minoto. Oh, okay. Hey, Apathetic Potatoes here. Potato redeemed a Raku Factu. Alright. Let me grab the list. Also, welcome, Potato. Hope you're doing well today.
Truth be told, this is my first time being outside of the castle. So, the sights and sounds, well, everything is new. I'm hoping to use my experience
All right,
to
let's
contribute to my
see.
people.
I'm looking at the list here. I need to go add to this thing. Here's one that some people might know, but I haven't really talked about in a while. I know Sourlad knows this one, but maybe you haven't heard this one yet. My favorite Super Nintendo RPG is Breath of Fire 2. And I have talked about that before, but it has been a while. Still want to play that on stream sometime. It's on the list. But it's a little bit unusual since most people go to, you know, Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger. Although those games are near the top of my list. But Breath of Fire 2 is my favorite RPG. It's kind of unique story-wise. I like it. Okay, not your average picnic. This is with Hinoa, and this is Rathalos. Ace Idea, this is Utsushi against Zenogre, okay. White Knight versus New Knight. Sir J against Barioth. Rondine against... Oh, I should be doing this one. Alright.
You'll do great.
We'll do this fight again, but now we're taking an NPC in with us. This is Rondine, the trader from base game. She's from this area that we're in now. But she was just a trader NPC. You buy different types of goods. Like traders and trade routes, not traders and like a trader to the throne. Alright. Alright, we're doing Almodron one more time. I will see how long this takes, and we'll see what our time's looking like. We're already at almost 3.5 hours. Believe me, if my eyes didn't feel like they're going to fall out after several hours, I could probably stream Monster Hunter for like 10 hours and never leave my chair. Let's see. So it says, oh yeah, Breath of Fire 2, great game, hope to see it on stream. Yeah, it largely comes down to me being able to get the emulators to work well. But I definitely want to do that at some point in the future, because I have a lot to say about that game, since it's my favorite. And I know Sourlad has played through it. I've seen his clips from playing through the end of the game. Alright, let's go. So this is going to be the same fight, same map, but now we're going to have an NPC buddy. Oh no, we're in the Flooded Forest, different map. And Rondine uses the switch axe. Okay. Followers. Okay, follower info. If they get carded, you can revive them. Doesn't count towards your KOs for the quest. Alright, what's up, Rondine?
Faster, buddy! Ride on!
Let's just pour up the camp.
Back!
Well then.
Okay, so the way the followers work is the NPCs will basically follow you around and they're AI support. And they'll fight alongside you when you do different quests, which is something they added for this game. That's never been in a previous title. But it's a really cool idea. So we're going to check it out here. Rondine uses the switch axe in this quest. Let's see how she is with the weapon.
Dodge this!
Come on. Just keep an eye on her health too.
It's infuriated!
It's gonna be a little bit of a different feel for the fight.
This'll probably
Since-
sting a bit.
The target's gonna be changing its aggro. It's not just gonna be on me the whole time.
It's got its eyes on you!
I am not going down that easily.
I'll get KO'd. Starlight asked for a Breath of Fire 2 Switch or NES emulation. If I'm gonna play it on stream, neither. It's gonna be the Game Boy Advance
Oh,
version.
you're gonna love this one!
The Game Boy Advance version is the best version of Breath of Fire 2 by a long shot. It's got some different art, some different cutscenes, but most importantly, it's got perma run on. So that's the version I want to play.
It's going to attack! Ah!
Okay, it's poisoned.
After it! Faster, buddy! Ride on! I've put down a trap!
Should put down a trap? Ah, over here.
Time to surge ahead! This is how we fight back home!
I'll take free damage.
It's in quite the frenzied.
Question for the chat.
Sting a bit.
Are you able to hear the NPC lines? I changed the sound setup for my audio, but it shouldn't change how the game audio is. If you can hear the different quips and lines from the NPCs, then that's good. Because they all say different things when you take them out on a hunt. Like I can hear Rondine shouting directly in my ear. Shouldn't be too loud, but it is interesting because you hear people talking on a quest and normally just hear grunts. Sorry, that says I hear it? Okay, good. You should hear feisty British lady.
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
And apparently, as you unlock more NPCs to take on quests, they have dialogue and banter with each other. So depending on who you take, they'll talk to each other throughout the quest. It's really cool. I like that. It gives the characters a lot more personality.
You asked for it.
It's got its eyes on you!
Oh, sorry, that says friendship. Yeah, that's right. Friendship is magic. Sever that tail.
I'll send you to Kingdom Come. It's Scarford.
Get away! Ride like the wind!
Yeah.
Need to sharpen this thing.
Take care of your blade, and it'll take care of you.
This one's all for you!
Positively unstoppable.
I owe you.
It's going berserk. Let's see if we can capture it. Prepare to be attacked. Let's trade some blows, shall we?
Sour, that says, nice stream. I'm going to dip to Wazzy's stream. Alright, Sour. I will probably pop in there later if I get a chance. Thanks for hanging out.
I'll drown you in it. Let's trade some blows, shall we?
There's a very good chance I'm going to be streaming this game again. Probably Tuesday. We might do Vampire Survivors tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But I'll definitely catch you next
You
time.
think you can take on Ron? Got a special deal for ya!
Watch out for the monster!
Using a flash bomb.
Oh, nice. I never use flash bombs.
This is how we fight. Mind waiting a moment?
I'm gonna kick your butt!
Okay, let's get out of the corridor.
I'm back.
Oh. She went and grabbed a Bisha 10. Nice.
It's in quite the frenzied state.
Now's my chance!
Get knocked down.
Let's really lay it on.
Aww.
obliged.
Ow.
You asked for it!
That break.
Attack! Now! Feeling marvelous. Dodge this! Ride it now!
Oh, all right.
Show me how. This is how we fight back home.
Bye-bye.
Let's really lay it on.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Whip.
You asked for it. It's infuriated.
You're the best, pal.
Oh, dezoned? All right.
Faster, buddy.
Ride on.
No more holding back.
Tail cut.
I'll send you to Kingdom Come. Attack now!
Nice. All right, tails off.
Keep up the pace. Oh, you're gonna love this one.
My buddy.
Oops. Sloppy. Okay, it's weak.
It's in quite the frenzied state. Time to surge ahead.
I needed that.
This is how we fight back home.
Now it's personal.
Ah. Aiming for its face.
You're the best, pal.
Just a bit more.
This hunt is almost over.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, grab the tail. Shiny. More shinies. Now, did it go to sleep? Nope.
This
also have a fondness for Kimura's whetstones.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Whip!
That's my buddy. It's going berserk! Keep your eyes on that monster! Dodge this! Looks like it's getting tired.
There we go. 15? Almost 15 on the dot.
Fine work! Hunting always makes me feel so alive.
Have we here?
That went pretty smoothly.
Yeah!
Carve, carve, carve. Ride like the wind.
Let's go!
All right, what we got? A bunch of miscellaneous bits. No mantle. So now we have.
Be sure to check the special
Are those one and done? Or can we do them repeatedly?
Here's the list of quests.
Okay, we could do them again. I'll have to think about this in the future because it's nice to have some support. What about surveys?
Support surveys coming right up.
Oh, these are multi-targets. Oh, Fear Rain, okay. So you can change the NPC you take with you and their weapon. And apparently the NPCs have different sort of affinities towards different weapons. So you can give them ones that aren't their main, but they might not use them as effectively. So Fear Rain can use Greatsword, Longsword, Sword and Shield, Lance, and Charge Blade. Luchka, who we have not really talked to yet, she is a gunner and gun lance user. Apparently she kind of sucks with the gun lance, but her main is the heavy bow gun. Okay. Those are the only two I have? Oh yeah, I guess so. So we'd have to do these other ones in order to unlock them as regular NPC followers. I'll have to give that some thought. I don't have one for Luchika.
I hope we can talk again soon.
That's interesting. There's apparently quite a few NPCs you can take with you on those quests as well. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. Overall, good progress for today. I haven't decided yet. Maybe we will stream Sunbreak again on Tuesday. I'll only be able to do 2 streams next week, probably Monday and Tuesday, since I'll be out of town, but I will figure that schedule out and I'll post it for the end of the day today. But I think we'll wrap up there. So before we jump off, let me see. We could just go raid Wazi. Let me see if there's anyone else I know online. Let's see. Mr. Purple Yam's doing art. Demon Hunter's doing marbles.
Right side clear, left side clear. Good to go.
I guess I can just do a raid for Wazi. I don't have a ton of people to send there, but that's fine. I don't get to do that very often since we don't stream at the same time. Hardly ever. So, with that said, we will go ahead and go to outro. We'll mute this. And we'll wrap up for today. So, thanks to everybody for stopping by and watching me hunt stuff and talk about Monster Hunter. A lot of fun with the duels. These are a really, really neat weapon. I'm definitely going to be playing with them more in the future. Well, that said, we will jump off, and I will catch you folks in the next stream. Have a good evening.